Okay, when you picture Canada, what comes to mind? Hockey, right? Maple syrup, and yeah, some pretty intense winters. But what if I told you that hidden away right there is one of North America's most incredible and surprising wine regions? Let's get into it.
I know, it sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? A country known for ice and snow producing world-class wine? How is that even possible? Well, the secret is all about taking what looks like a major disadvantage, that cold, and turning it into an absolute superpower.
So, the first big piece of this puzzle is all about the geography. You see, the magic of Niagara isn't just one thing. It's this perfect storm of natural forces all working together. And to really get it, we've got to talk about maybe the most important word in the entire wine world.
And that word is terroir. It's a French term, and it basically means the taste of a place. It's everything, the climate, the soil, the terrain, that gives a wine its unique personality. And let me tell you, the terroir in Niagara, it's something special. Think of these massive natural features as a team of bodyguards for the grapes. Seriously. Lake Ontario up to the north is the real MVP here. It literally soaks up heat all summer, and then in the fall, it slowly breathes that warmth back out, like a giant natural blanket. This is huge. It stretches out the growing season and saves the vines from those early frosts that can just kill a harvest. Then you've got Lake Erie adding its own thing, and the Niagara Escarpment acting like a giant wall, and boom, you have this perfect little bubble, a special microclimate.
And it's not just what's happening above ground. The story goes deeper, literally. Thousands of years ago, massive glaciers scraped their way through here. What they left behind was this incredible patchwork of different soils. We're talking clay, limestone, sand, all mixed up. And that diversity is key because each type of soil gives the wine something different, leading to this amazing complexity and that crisp minerality that Niagara wines are famous for.
Okay, so you've got this perfect protected spot with incredible soil. The million-dollar question is, what can you actually grow here? I mean, not just any grape can handle this. Only a few special varieties are tough enough, and those are the ones that have become the absolute stars of the region. And oh, what stars they are. We're talking about Riesling that's just electric, super crisp with citrus and that classic whetstone vibe. Then there's Cabernet Franc, which you might not expect, but it's so elegant here with raspberry and a little bit of spice. And of course, you've got gorgeous Chardonnay and that tricky but beautiful Pinot Noir with all its earthy cherry notes. The point is, these grapes weren't just picked out of a hat. They are a perfect match for Niagara's unique terroir. But here's the thing. Everything we've talked about so far is how Niagara deals with the cold, how it survives. But what if I told you the region's most famous, most celebrated wine doesn't just survive the cold? It actually needs it. Yeah, this is where things get really cool. Pun intending.
It all boils down to one number, -8 degrees Celsius. That's about 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Just think about that for a second. That's how cold it has to get before they can even start what might be the craziest, riskiest harvest in the entire world of wine.
Making ice wine is it's an insane gamble with Mother Nature. So they leave these grapes, often a tough grape called Vidal Blanc, hanging on the vine way, way into the winter. They just wait. And then when the temperature finally drops to that magic number, -8, crews have to race out, usually in the dead of night, and pick these grapes that are literally frozen solid, like little marbles. They rush them to be pressed while they're still frozen. All the water stays behind as ice crystals, and what you get is this tiny, tiny drop of super concentrated, unbelievably sweet juice. It's pure gold. And the result? I mean, it's basically nectar. It's incredibly sweet, but, and this is so important, because of that cool climate terroir we keep talking about, it has this brilliant acidity that cuts right through the sweetness. So it's perfectly balanced, never sticky or heavy. It is, no question, a world-famous luxury wine. Now, all this magic, both from nature and from the people making the wine, it didn't just happen overnight. Not at all. It's a story that's been building for a long time, thanks to some real pioneers who looked at this landscape and saw something nobody else did. The story really starts way back in the 1860s. But the modern chapter, the one that put Niagara on the map, that really kicked off in 1975. A winery called Enniskillen took a huge risk and decided to focus on those classic, high-quality European grapes. And boy, did that bet pay off.
Then, in 1988, they created the VQA system, which is basically a seal of quality, locking in their commitment to making great wine. Fast forward to today, and Niagara is a serious player on the world stage, known for top-notch quality and for always pushing the envelope.
So, if you take away one thing, let it be this. Niagara's secret isn't that it succeeds in spite of the cold, it succeeds because of it. That cold is what keeps the acidity in the grapes, making the wines so fresh and alive. And for ice wine, well, the freeze is the whole point. It's the star ingredient that makes it all possible.
And all of this brings up a really interesting question, right? As the climate keeps changing and a lot of the world's famous hot wine regions are really starting to struggle, could these cool climate places, these resilient spots like the Niagara Peninsula, could they be the new hot thing in the world of wine? Definitely something to think about next time you pour a glass.